Okay. So, last game. Does anyone want to recap what happened?
I really consider
Lamb
you're the one that
vomited
doing
all
it.
over the table.
Oh right, Lamb, you disappeared. Forgot about that.
Yeah. It was
Question:
apparently right by the end, though.
do I take a 5 or do I re-roll? Do we get to choose between the two, Marcus?
No,
Just
you
said
have
no.
to take the second one. So if you like the 5 out of 6, let's say, or the 5 out of 8, keep it. If you want to risk getting higher, re-roll it. But if you re-roll lower, tough shit, you're taking the second roll.
God damn
Should
it,
I
actually
go to
rolled a
13 or should I
4.
risk it, guys?
I'd take
Go
the
with the
13.
5.
Anyway,
Okay.
to recap what happened last time. Last time, Tate and Lamb were finishing up their mission in the park, and they eventually figured out that Carl was the killer. And I revealed the exact crime and how it took place when all was said and done, figured out, and they guessed how it happened. But, nevertheless, they figured out it was Carl. Unfortunately, Carl had a hostage, and Ranger Rick was not all about letting more people die today, so he stopped the party from doing it. When they were contemplating doing stuff, they remembered, oh yeah, we're in a city where they don't like vigilantism, so they simply waited for the guards to hopefully call upon them, or do the guards' goddamn job and do it themselves. Well, the following day, they got told that they need to be... Well, Tate got told that they need their help. So it turns out the guards, in the end, need them. As for the rest of the party, they took the totem to Octominos, who talked to them there. And, I dropped shit. I'm sorry. He took the totem and talked to them a little bit, and then they all had headed off their way downstairs where they had met Tate and Lamb's character, to which Tate went up and got his goddamn sunglasses for his character.
Roll the fucking 20.
Nevertheless, where we are picking up now, the following day, after everyone has slept and woken up, they had all gone downstairs, to which, while talking briefly and discussing some minor things with each other, Lamb's character gave way to his wonder rod, pointed it up into the air, and put a little bit too much oomph behind it. Instead of its normal teleport spell that it does, it did something wonky. Or maybe the wand has a mind of its own and it decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna fuck with this person this time. Who knows? Probably not the DM. Definitely wasn't a plot device. So, nevertheless, it was decided that Tate was gonna go do the manhunt and go find Lamb's character to join him, because they were the two in the park, so they are the two that the guards would recognize as the people to go do that. Demois's character was going to head off to the quest that said donation, and Jared was going to go sell, or try to sell some stuff in the city, and when he finished up, was going to go meet Demois to also donate and get some money. And while all those four are doing their jobs of that, Noah and Kelp took the quest to go do guard duty, which is on the outskirts of town for an excavation. And that's where we're picking up. Is everyone headed off on their way?
Psst, world map.
I know, I had to put stuff down.
Yeah, what the hell would you drop, by the way?
My booklet that has written down what happened, I dropped. So the thing I was reading. Anyway.
Fantastic.
I'm not even going to ask how the hell that happened, but okay.
Butterfingers.
Yeah.
Not the candy, as in, you know, I have Butterfingers. Alright, so, for those that wish to come over here and look, and for those that are streaming or recording, so that you can show your audience, we have a world map now. This is created in a way of an old style looking map, where, you know, it's not necessarily modern or anything.
Where are we?
But the blue is water, and everything else obviously is land, except for the border. That's not a massive land circling that.
I would like to imagine it is.
That'd be awesome.
This is a
As
flat
far
world,
as
you
it-
can fall off the edge.
As far as people know, it could be. They've never, expanded that far out.
From this angle, this looks like a fish with a unicorn horn.
Interesting. Well, where I'm putting arrows right now is where you guys are technically located at. Yep, so that's where you guys are at.
Throw
When
your
the-
arrows down.
when your characters, or whichever character, or whatever, buys a map, or buys a large map for marking purposes, maybe we'll get some, like Kelb had suggested, little markers that you can place on the map and add names to, so that you can have named locations on this map.
Yeah, I might actually look to see if there's a model of a flag or something on the workshop for us to do that, so it's a little more neat. And then we can just name it and or have the description be what the location's name is.
Alright, so, who to start with? Who's the first victims? You know what, Jared, we'll start with you.
Yay, shopping.
So, everyone's gone off on their ways. You are technically alone, walking about. Are you looking for any specific type of store to sell the gems that you decided to sell?
I might want to sell some of them at, like, if there's a jewelry shop or an artisan shop like that.
Alright, if that's what you're looking for, go ahead and roll me a search check to see if you can see one.
But
20.
Alright, after a while you do find one. Call it, I don't know, Jim's Pretty Atorium. I don't know. We can workshop that name later. No, we'll just call it Gems. But it's not Gems as in gyms, it's Gems as in Jins, but he thought it was clever. Yeah, Jim's Gymporium. I like that. Alright. So yeah, that's what you see.
Okay, I'll head in and try kind of check on the level of the wares, like how expensive they might be, to see if this is a good place to sell.
Alright, so upon walking in, you notice it ranges from cheap to expensive. You can see things that look like they... Well, not look like, you can see what they look like, but different items have little parchment or paper next to it with pricing on it. And I mean, we're talking things that are probably fake because of how cheap they are, to potentially real because of how pricey they are. If you wish to investigate or not investigate, appraise items to make sure that they are worth what they say, you can by all means do it if you don't trust him.
Keep in mind, I did tell Jared what I learned about the gems myself for appraising.
Right. I mean the gems that are around, or the things that are around here, to make sure he's not over or under pricing stuff.
Yeah, I might as well check like one of the higher end items to see how worth it is.
Now, I do have a question for you real quick, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind. That's an on-trained one. Go for it.
$12.
On a 12, you'd say that they're pretty fairly priced. You think that some of these prices are outrageous, but you honestly don't know extensively enough to say if it's not true. Even if it is, you know, this necklace really should be worth 10 gold. That seems pretty crazy for a necklace.
And on a retail end, I'm not as worried about overpricing. So I'll try and find the person running the shop.
All right. There is a man behind the counter. He is a dwarf. Stereotype for the win. Dwarf selling minerals.
Greetings. I have some materials you might be interested in.
Sure. Let me see.
I pull out some of the more expensive gems, so like the 250 and the hundreds.
All right. He takes out a magnifying glass, but not necessarily a magnifying glass, those eyepiece ones, and picks one up and starts examining it, holding it up to a light as he does it. You know, one of them he picks up and like licks it, just all around testing them out. Kind of hits one on the counter a little bit and then listens, puts it up to his ear and listens to it and goes, "Looks like you're selling some nice materials here. What you looking to get out of them?"
Those are some of my better ones, so I was wondering what you would offer for them. I've already had them appraised.
On the mumble chat, can you type what gems you have? I don't remember anymore.
Give me a second, Marcus. I have them readily available.
So of those, which ones are you selling there, Jared?
I pulled out the 250 and the 300s. The 50 GP of gems is the ones that I got, and then all the ones that are specifically listed are the ones that Calb had.
So you pulled out 4, but not the other 12?
Right. I kind of made notice that there were other gems, but those are the only ones that I had pulled out to show him.
Okay. So you're asking him how much he'd give you for all 4 of those, then?
Yeah.
Well, I think I could do 400 gold. 400 gold for the 4.
One of those is a pretty good gem. I was hoping for a little bit more than that.
He strokes his beard, looking you up and down for a minute. I'm doing math real quick, I'm sorry. Well, tell me, gent, sir, whatever. Fuck, I had it in my head. Tell me, what are you looking to sell these for?
Now I know you need a profit, so I was thinking somewhere about 470.
470? Could I meet you in the middle at 450?
I think I could do that.
Then it's a deal. 450 it is. So jot down then those 4 gems are gone and 450 gold is added.
I do also have quite a few medium and lower end gems if you're needing those.
Well, let me see them.
I pull out a couple of the 50s, a couple of the 10s, and some of my gems.
The kelp, it's not in the middle. That's why. Yeah. Anyway, so how much did you pull out?
I pulled out a couple of the 50s, a couple of the 10s, and the rest of my gems, or all of my gems.
How many did you have? Oh,
you
you had a total of 50 gold, that's right.
Yeah.
So you pulled out 270 worth? Right, you're 50, and then 2 50s, and then 2 10s?
Yeah. And I tell them how many of the 50s and the 10s that I have.
Oh, so you pull those out, but you let them know that you actually have more than the 2 50s. You have 7 50s.
Yeah, in case I don't want to overwhelm him, I just want to let him see what he wants for them and how many he might want.
Alright.
Marcus?
Marcus?
Marcus died.
Sorry, I was doing math. Well, I don't quite have enough gold in right now to pay you what I think you might be looking for, but I suppose I could try to meet you at 275.
Okay, now I'm doing math.
Trying to figure out what that is per gem.
The total that you have right now is 450.
Welcome to Mastery 2016.
With
God
our
damn it.
And
host,
he said how much?
275.
I may have missed this. How many gems is Jared trying to sell off right now that are 50 gold?
He has 7 gems that are 50 gold, 5 gems that are 10 gold, and then a collection of different small or impure gems that equate to about 50 gold.
Ah.
None of those, though, are worth 50 gold themselves.
But like you could say in total he has 9 gems going to go worth 50 gold.
Right. Right.
I can do that for 4 of the better ones, 4 of the moderate ones, and all of the ones from my stash.
So for his offer of 275, you're offering an amount equal to 290.
Wait, he said 275?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Okay,
he said
so-
275, and you're offering 290's worth at 275.
Okay, yeah, 3 of the the 10 gold. So 280 worth.
He goes, kind of shakes his head, goes, listen, I can't make enough profit off of that much. What if for the whole bunch I give you 275 and a special item?
Sure, this sounds good.
Give me 1 second. He heads on back with the gems that he bought, not the ones that he didn't. You can count them out in front of you to make sure he didn't take any that he didn't buy, but he didn't. He heads on back to a back room for a second. Give me 1 second to look something up before I be dumb about something.
Also known as Marcus needs to figure out what the fuck he wants to actually give. Is that right, Marcus?
Kind of. I have an idea, but I want to make sure it's not going to be worth too much.
Fair enough. A mythal ring. Now curious to know how much a mythal ring costs.
It sucks when people aren't saying the thing that I need to look up.
I'm looking over the price of Mithril at this point, guys. I'm curious to know how much a Mithril ring would actually cost. I would have to figure out how much ring actually weighs.
Hello. Hello.
Howdy do. They're doing maths right now. We're figuring stuff out. So, well, they're doing that and just... I'm letting people know that you're streaming. and stuff like that.
Math Stream 2016. Welcome to Math Stream 2016, Iron.
Jared, what does your character have on him possession-wise?
Other than my weapon and clothing, I've got a steel mirror, sack, sewing needle, water skin, whetstone, thieving tools, flint steel, a smoke stick. The guild volume books, the message book, and the trophy.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you ever give us our books from the Dragon Fight?
Yeah, I think I doled those out after or just before I went on my ship voyage.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to add that to my inventory then.
Yeah, same. I don't recall it getting brought up, but I may have just missed it.
Oh, I already have it. Oh, I guess I did write it down.
It had got brought up as a conversation of, wait, did we grab those? Okay, who would have been the one to grab those? Okay, let's just have you have been the one to grab those. Okay, then I'll dish them out.
Yeah, I must have missed out the dishing of them part because I did not write it down.
Yeah, I wanted to get rid of them so I didn't carry a bunch of paper to see.
Yeah, I wrote out in positions as magic tome, so.
I need to have automatic ranks in Knowledge Guild Legal because I've been reading through the 2 volumes of Guild Law.
Oh, I can't find what I'm looking for.
What are you looking up at the moment so I can look that up while maybe you're doing actual foreplay stuff so we're not just sitting here?
Something that's of about 50 gold value that isn't worthless, but also isn't something he wouldn't care about. So no, I don't have an idea. I just knew kind of what it would need to be about.
So not a mithril ring, because that
no,
would
not
actually
a
be
ring.
no, but that would be kind of fitting. It would be about 50 gold. It's a little higher than that, but that's assuming a 7-ounce ring.
True. Fair enough. All right, he walks back out, Jared.
Okay then.
With a small box, and goes up and goes, listen. This is a rare metal. And I'm not going to say it's necessarily one of a kind, but it's hard to come across. And if you say, find you're a lucky lady, or you already have one, he opens it up and it's a ring. Imagine you could get a diamond or some sort of gem encrusted in it later, but for now, look at it. It's a mithril ring, but he's trying to pretty much tell you that you could use it as like a wedding band.
This seems fitting. Perhaps we'll have some more deals later down the road.
So it's a deal then. 275 and the mithril ring.
Sounds good to me.
All right. He holds out his hand, obviously, for a handshake.
I accept and extend.
All right. He backstabs you. No, I'm just kidding. He shakes your hand and puts the gold as well as the ring on the counter for you. Takes out a bag to put the gems into the bag. Do you head on out after acquiring your newfound gold and ring?
I kind of half bow nod to him. Have a good day, and I head back out.
You as well. As you get out, you realize it's an iron ring, and it's just painted blue. No, I'm just kidding.
The irony.
Yeah, thank you, Ira.
There we go. Where do you head on from there? Jared, do you head on off to go meet up with Demois?
Just a second. Yeah, I'll try and find Demois and the donation area. Hello?
Hello.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's a very quiet stream.
All right, so you head on off to go meet Demois. We'll swap over to Tate. Tate, what do you do? Last
so-
we had you went upstairs to look for Lamb, and he was not in your guys' room. So you headed on downstairs, to which the party has already left to go to their various ways, and upon exiting the door, they are already off on their various paths.
Huh. Well, hello? Hello, darkness, my old friend. All the dice turn black again. That was really fucking weird. All the dice turn, like, pitch black. Anyway,
They're their proper color.
I know, they're there right now, but they flashed to black for a second. Anyway. I'm a little freaked out because I'm like, where the hell is Lamb? Like, straight up, where the hell did Berthros go? First thing I want to do is stop by, is the clerk lady Kara working?
Clara is always working. Jared's the only one that's ever seen her go into that back room because all of you have gone asleep whenever she's gone in there. So as far as you're concerned, she's never left that spot. She has to go somewhere because she seems to sometimes change clothes. But...
Huh. Clara?
Yes?
Have you seen my elf friend anywhere? He seems to have vanished.
Well, he hasn't left, nor has he returned if he wasn't here, if that's what you're asking.
I see. That's both a good and a bad response. That worries me, but at the same time, it puts to rest some mysteries. Alright, well, thank you. She does turn around.
Of course.
And go to head out to the town.
Alright. The letter that said where to go, it told you to meet at the the guard HQ. Which is that building there.
I assume I'm going to want to have a look around the town real quick for any sort of is there any shops that sell any sort of like healing stuff? Because I'm going to keep an eye out for that, as well as just kind of walk around looking for, like, keeping an eye out for Lamb.
Go ahead and roll me a search if you're looking for any kind of healing items.
Nine. Wait.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. Okay. 11. Forgot I leveled up.
Did you add your bonus to search?
Yep.
Okay.
You don't find anything really selling health potions, but you have found plenty of places that have bandages, and we'll call them splints, which are specifically specifically crafted, wood and rope. As well as a needle and string.
I'm gonna pay a stop into the, I'm gonna go buy a splint, because if anything has taught me anything, it's that the only death we suffered so far was due to a fall.
Just keep in mind that the longer you take to do the thing, the more likely the person will get away.
That is true, which is why I'm just gonna basically make it a quick thing, because that immediately popped into memory. The horror of watching a friend get crushed in front of my eyes.
Alright, so you go in, and there's actually more than just that. There's also herbs and so forth. It's kind of like not necessarily a hospital, so to say, or a clinic, or a apothecary, or anything of that nature. But you can definitely tell this person's probably, it's selling bandages and so forth, but then they're like, use this plant and it, alleviates pain. Whether or not that's true, who knows?
I'm gonna buy a little bit of, like, the equivalent of one of each of the things. Basically, one splint, one healing salve, one bandage. Which could potentially be used all at once, but still. It's good to have an emergency kit.
Alright, so you go up to her and basically ask for an emergency kit.
Yep.
She takes out a roll of bandage that could be enough to wrap up, I don't know, probably 4 wounds, or about a person's severed limb. Well, maybe not severed, but excessively damaged limb. So a roll of bandages. You can put down 3 minor, 1 major, if you care to have specific. A splint. And we'll call it natural healing sludge. Or goop. I guess goop is a better word. Goop. It looks kind of pasty. Probably a mixture of different herbs and grass and whatnot. Maybe some fruits that's being passed off as a healing item.
1 medical goop. I'm gonna type in medical goop.
Okay.
I thank you for her time. How much do I owe her?
She says that costs 50 silver.
Works for me. Alright.
Alright, so you head on out.
And I'm gonna continue looking to Lamb as I slowly saunter my way over to the guard HQ. Maybe he's somehow ended up there.
Okay, well, in that notion there, Tate, I just want to point out real quick to everyone else in the party and to their audience and your audience, Tate literally bought for 50 silver a stick with string, some sort of Play-Doh goop-looking shit, and cloth.
You never know if it's gonna be necessary.
I know.
Despite the fact,
Save somebody's
but-
life.
despite the
splint
fact
you-
of having a cleric.
That doesn't work if you're the one that's down, Demoise.
The cleric goes down almost dead. Tate walks over and just dumps goop on his face and goes, "Are you feeling better?"
That's what I'm picturing.
No, this is for the heal check because I actually have healing items technically for very specific situations.
Okay. Well,
And
as
one of
you
them
walk,
might not work.
as you walk to the HQ, we're gonna swap over to Lamb real quick. Lamb.
I exist.
So you, God damn it, fan.
I'm your biggest fan, Marcus.
Nah, the fan's OP.
No, it's blowing my paper away from where I needed it. Okay, Lamb. You were here.
Let's see where this
You
nightmare
pointed
goes.
your rod up into the air, and we're like, all right, let's do this. Time to go. And you teleported, and the next thing you know, you're just kind of in nothing. You're in nowhere. It's white blank space.
How pleasant.
Suddenly, you're looking at a mansion. Suddenly, you're inside of a park. Suddenly, you're about 20 feet above the water, falling towards water. Now you're near what you can only assume as the bottom of a pit. I was having issues there. And then back into the kind of nothingness where behind you you hear laughter of some disembodied voice as far as you can assume because you're not looking behind you. And as you turn around to see who the hell's laughing at you in this vast emptiness of white, you're looking at Tate back inside of the city.
Well, that was new.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Tate, behind you, all of a sudden you just hear, well, that was new.
She spins around, like, holding the splint up like a fucking improvised weapon. Like, what the fuck?
I might have to keep that one in mind. Oh, hey!
What the hell? Where'd you come from?
So how long have I been gone?
Since before we left, where were
That
you?
helps.
If you look up at the sun or the sky, you see how far the sun has moved from roughly where it was from coming in through the window, and all in all, the amount of time that it took doesn't seem like you're that far displaced out of time.
So I lost like maybe an hour.
Maybe not even that. Then again, who knows how long you were inside of those white rooms? I use the word room liberally. It is not a room.
I was in the Matrix, guys.
It was supposed to be a black box.
Essentially, did he
No,
get
I was
warped
in the
into
training
like the
room.
Matrix?
No. He went to the dimension that the Demoisez knows about.
That
Oh.
we reside in.
Oh, joy! He went there.
Yeah.
You know,
In my
I can
little-
only imagine that disembodied laughter being Demois now.
No, it wasn't Demois, but in my little world, I guess for everyone's sake of knowledge or of knowing, the gods dimension, you could say, technically doesn't exist. It's nothing. They make it where they want, and he went inside of the nothing. He didn't go to another plane. He went to where the planes don't exist, so the gods can just make a plane. He went to the nothing.
So he went to
Hey.
this.
He went to what?
Oh, wait. You guys don't see the white background when I hit custom D?
I saw it. That one. Yep.
Yep.
Space.
Yeah, this is where he went. Space. Nothing. It's just space, but not in the sense of like outer space. Space as
Actually,
in
no,
nothingness.
it's not space.
Oh, God,
It's
that's right.
the lack thereof space.
At least he didn't teleport into a white room with a table and icons floating around it. Then his player might have some existential issues.
Can we name
God damn it, dude.
can we name that dimension lack of all?
No. It has no
It's
name.
Lack of all things.
It has no name.
Okay. All right. So
Anyway.
I put the crutch away, obviously.
Not crutch, splint.
Splint.
Poorly made splint for 50 silver.
Yeah. You bought a stick with string. I mean, it looks nice. Doesn't change the fact that it's still a stick with string, but it looks nice.
As long as she didn't have to craft it, she's fine.
Fair enough. Hey, Caleb, I think you found the buyer on your team that you can sell stuff to for slightly higher than the rest of your team.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Rocks.
Yeah, rocks.
Yeah, y'all should have totally sold her the rocks to get